that midfield group all the way to the front two,
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, Neymar, you just think what might have been had he not gotten that injury in the Colombia match, but this group is damn good, man.
Yeah, also, again, for me, just when I think of World Cups, I think of Muller. I think of Thomas Muller every time. You keep writing him off, and he's the guy that always scores the goals for Germany. Obviously, won't be around this year. Ian Robben, fantastic again. It feels like this was Rodriguez's coming out party as well. He let everyone know that wonderful goal. But when you talk about generational talents, Toni Kroos, how everybody in world football would love to have a number 6 like him now that can just not only dictate the play, but every single game, everything comes through him. Like 104 passes per game, or touches, sorry, per game. And not the new way of getting it, how to get it here and going safe there, dictating the play, waiting for those moments, and then wrapping balls into the forward players and breaking the lines. For me, generational talent and one that you won't see for many, many years.
Just to give some context into how significant this World Cup was for him, he was at Bayern Munich, wanted a new deal, went to the president, Uli Hoeneß, and said, I want to be the main man, pay me as such. Bayern said, we're not going to give you the money. So he went to the World Cup, the 7-1 against Brazil. That was his best match in a German national team jersey. Obviously, one of the most embarrassing results Brazil's ever had, probably the most embarrassing result they've ever had. He was my pick for man of the match, ran the show, so much so that Real Madrid went and said, we'll pay you whatever you want. So he really gave Madrid fans a taste of things to come, and we see it in the number of Champions Leagues that they won after.
Yeah. Why don't we take a look then at 2002 in the starting 11 Sofascore picked for them. What stands out to you in this one, boys?
The king. R9, Ronaldo. That's it. Everyone else is great. And like for me, I had some issues yesterday, Lahoud, with, even though Ashley Cole is generationally great, Brazil won this without losing the game. So there was no Cafu in there, no Roberto Carlos in there. But because of the way the stats are, none of their defenders get any credit, even though they didn't lose the game the whole way through. To me, it's crazy, but obviously, you know, Ronaldo is the king. Rivaldo was fantastic. I also think Ronaldinho had played a massive part in that as well. But, you know, the likes of Beckham in there as well. So there's big names. But if you remember those tournaments in 2002, I was at school and we used to get the time off school to watch the England games. That's what our headmaster gave us. So when I think back to those moments, I think Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo. The stats are clearly showing it a little bit different, but yeah, what do I know?
Michael Ballack, what stood out to you? He had a great tournament that year.
Beast.
He was a driving force behind Germany going to a final, and it was unfortunate for him that he had the suspension at very untimely manner. So this was...
Did he score against the US
Yes,
to get
he did.
them out?
Yeah, he definitely did. This was, if you'd never seen Michael Ballack before, and obviously I got to watch him when he was at Bayer Leverkusen before he went to Bayern Munich. He was part of that Bayer Leverkusen side that went to the Champions League final and lost to Real Madrid. Michael Ballack, when it's all said and done on his obituary, he should just write all the finals he's lost. He's been to so many finals. You think of the World Cup final, the Champions League final with Leverkusen, with Chelsea as well. But what he's meant to German football during this time, German football hadn't seen a driving force out of midfield like this since Lothar Matthäus.
You got to remember,
he was that elite.
Remember as well, 6'3", 6'4", could run, could tackle, could shoot, was just a big... When you think of German efficiency, Ballack comes to mind every single time.
You alluded to some of the notable absentees in these two squads. I think we're going to be taking a look at them now. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Hobbles was a joke. So. I'm glad. Two that I said, obviously Oliver Kahn as well, unbelievable. It's difficult because the stats will give goalkeepers that obviously made the most saves, which would mean they play for a weaker team because they're having more shots at them.
Yeah.
But,
well, Neuer got the Golden Glove that year as well, so you think about some of the goalies.
And obviously Oliver Kahn is just a beast. But I remember Ronaldinho, as I said, he scored that goal against England that sends him home. Did he mean it? Did he not mean it? But also throughout that period of time, he was just effortlessly going past people. He was just one of those players that when you watch, you were like, what's he going to do next? He just get you excited, didn't he? And you know, I'm glad he's on there.
So let's take a look at what the Oracle sees to tell us which was the best team. 2014 or 2002, who will be advancing out of the quarterfinals? The Oracle sees few teams of the world could stop a front five of Messi, James, Neymar, Robben and Müller. A German side that allowed just one goal before the final in 2002 might be equipped to do so. Ballack and Schneider controlling the midfield behind the Brazilian striker that broke them down. That spells disaster for the 2014 defence. Do you agree with that? 2002 is better than 2014?
Absolutely.
The Oracle sees correct?
They've got R9.
Yeah.
So
go wrong.
That you could have all the game plans in the world. Everyone talks about how great Messi is, and he truly is. This guy was a freak.
Yeah.
He was a freak. And every time you gave him the ball, you knew it was a goal. In this tournament, he had a shot conversion rate of 46%.
That's, wow.
40, nearly half his shots were going in the goal. So
we've got 2002 going through to the semis. On to our next two starting 11, starting off with 2018's best. This was in Russia, 2018. We've got the likes of Neymar, Kane, Griezmann. What stands out to you in this one, boys?
Questionable that we got 3 English guys in there, considering that we went out to Croatia as well. That's why I think Luka Modric's in there, had his best game. The front 3 is fine, you can't argue with that. The 2 for me are Coutinho and Hazard.
Yeah.
Eden Hazard at this moment in time, in my opinion, was at his best.
Yeah. Gliding
past people, goals, assists, just having fun. Similar to what you said with Ryan Cherky, but a bit more pace, a bit more power. Wonderful, wonderful player, and it felt like this was the golden generation for this Belgian team. Unfortunately, they didn't reach the heights, but this guy was unbelievable. And to think he retired effectively at like 30, 31. He had so much more to give, but he was an unbelievable player, and unfortunately, injuries, robbed us of those golden years of him, really.
The Belgian team was my favorite team to watch at this World Cup. They have this sense of balance about him, and remember, we could just go through the names that Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah. Actually, Kevin De Bruyne playing as a deep-lying playmaker next to Axel Witsel, because they had so many talented strikers. Dries Mertens, the likes of Romelu Lukaku at his peak, or one of his peaks that he's had, just stacked with talent. Vincent Kompany at the back, his last World Cup. So you said it best about opportunity missed. I really thought, after that crazy game that they had, the comeback they had against Japan, it just seemed like this team of destiny, this team of will, this team that was just so special. And, I mean, we'll be talking about them as one of the, say, opportunity missed teams of the World Cup history.
Yeah. So that was the 2018 best 11. Let's go back to 1982 in Spain, Michael Lahoud's playing days.
Yeah, absolutely. Surprised you weren't on here.
Yeah, can't find the photos.
I mean, a list of names.
Yeah, the thing is with this, we spoke about it yesterday, like 1982. None of us were born, so we're joking.
Depending on the passport,
Yeah, but like Platini is an unbelievable name. Maradona, again, one of the goats. Zico, unbelievable name. Badecki up there. These are fantastic names. Unfortunately, we just are not at the age to be able to say, oh, I remember when this happened. So we just have to talk to Maradona, unfortunately, but because that's the only person we've seen the footage of, and obviously you can remember with it, for us playing against England and that type of thing. So, talk about one of the greatest players to ever play the game, someone who arguably Lionel Messi has been competing with just to take the hearts of this Argentina team. But look, times fouled per game, 7. And by the way, not this current level of tackles. These are trying to take your kneecaps off tackles.
What do you think it'd be like if he played in today's game with VAR and everything?
He'd get more red cards trying to fight someone on the opposing team, because he had a bit of grit about him. But Troy, this is something, talk about the nastiness he had as an attacker. The number of duels, you don't see that, in my opinion. And you played in the Premier League, where the league was in a transition where you still had players that have that nastiness about them. And it's not just this fluff and this pass, and tiki-taka football that we see often now in the world's game. Seeing that edge, where if you wanted a street fight, he'd take you on a street fight. If you want to play football, he'd dominate you there.
What a legend. The GOAT. Looking at now some of the notable absentees.
Socrates, wow. Huge level.
What do we think of these, boys? I mean,
that's a big one.
The fact that Bruyne, Mbappe.
Varane as well was a beast. Yeah, look, Sofascore obviously are paid for this segment, so thank you. You got it wrong again. So I'm just a little jab. But
That's because the numbers don't always show what we saw.
Of course, and this is why for like players, especially, we get so frustrated with it, right? We look at, you can talk about numbers. It's like, oh yeah, this person has so many assists, or this person had so many goals. It's like, okay, when you watch the game, oh, this person did all of this stuff before, and now they've obviously moved it on with like the pass before the pass means you get some form of XG. But back in our day, someone ran, cut it back, and then he squares it, it's a goal. Everyone goes and celebrates with the guy that did all the work. Now it just feels like, oh, I got my goal, I'm going to stand in the corner. Yeah. Look, big names. Socrates not being on there is frightening, by the way.
Yeah, Palarossi as well. You were saying something before the show was starting. He had a good World Cup, no?
A little bit. Yeah, not bad. You know, what everything kind of helps, doesn't it? You know, if you win everything, but you can't make the Sofascore Team of the Year. I mean,
Okay.
what we do.
Well, let's see what the Oracle sees or says to pick the best team out of these two. They're picking the 1982. Oh no. Wait, let's read it.
Just read it.
Kane, Kroos and Hazard combined for 13 goals in 2018, but Platini and Maradona were entering the peak of their powers, even with Courtois between the sticks. 1982's free-flowing attack with Maradona and Zico interchanging with overpowered 2018's backline. So yeah, I was correct. They are picking this.
I don't disagree. And anyone who's got handlebars as a centre-back, he's a tough cookie. You don't want to go anywhere near this fella. Yeah, he's gonna let you know. Yeah.
What does handlebars mean?
What? Mustache.
Oh, I see. I didn't really pick up on that one. All right, okay, that's fine. Right, I think we're going to be taking a quick break here. That was our Sofascore segment.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.